I'm Bita Dayhoff. I'm the president of Community Action Council of Howard County, and it really brings me pure joy and pleasure to welcome you here this afternoon to collectively celebrate the official opening of the Bauder Education Center right here in Long Reach. This is truly a historic moment for our organization and our community as a whole. Joining me here today are County Executive Dr. Calvin Ball, Maryland State Senator Guy Guzzone, representing the 13th District, Senator Clarence Lamb, representing the 12th District, Councilman Opal Jones, this is his neighborhood, this is his district, our Board of Directors led by Orrin Saltzman, and our incredible community partner, Dr. Lillian Bauder, for whom this center is named, as well as our amazing sponsors, Reverend Robert Turner with St. John Baptist Church, Frank Eastham with Bridgeway Community Church, Reverend Palge Getty with Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Columbia, and Chip Deutsch with Apple Ford Lincoln. Please give him a hand for being here. Each of these individuals has played a remarkable and instrumental role in today's announcement and is a distinguished advocate and supporter of Community Action Council. They will each share their reflections and details on today's historic announcement, and following their remarks, we'll cut the ribbon and then we'll have a tour of the center for all of us. Since the days of James Rouse, Howard County has been path-breaking in its approach to education, arts, culture, integration, and race relations. We have been pioneers from day one, and we continue to set the standards high as it relates to serving our community. Today, here and now, the opening of the Bauder Education Center in Long Reach is another example of our continued commitment to excellence in building a community where we live, work, and play, and provide excellent education to our children. As we all know, Howard County is known for having one of the highest median incomes in the nation and the highest in the state of Maryland. And at the same time, we know that we have a very high cost of living here. And it is very difficult for low to moderate income families who live in Howard County to make ends meet. As a matter of fact, a 2020 needs assessment identified that 26% of Howard County families with children under the age of 5 find quality child care programs out of their reach. 26% find child care out of their reach. So, and the cost, can you imagine? It costs $24,000 a year to provide child care for one child in Howard County. I can't wrap my arms around that. It's just hard to believe, but that's the fact. We have the highest cost of child care right in the nation, and it's projected that that cost is going to go up between 15 to 20% every single year. Another major pain point in Howard County, every single time we ask our community about their needs, is transportation. It never fails. Time and time again, when we conduct a needs assessment, two critical areas rise to the top as barriers to self-sufficiency. They are affordable childcare and transportation. But you know, we live in Howard County, and one of the greatest things about this community is that when the community speaks and they identify a need, we listen and we respond. We heard our community raise their hand and say, hey, we need help with childcare and transportation. Well, the Bauder Education Center eliminates both of those barriers. With this center, 79 children ages 3 to 5 will receive excellent early childhood education that is within walking distance for their families right here in Long Reach. And while the children are receiving excellent educational programming, their parents can access our wraparound services that are designed to help them become financially stable. At the Bauder Education Center, in addition to our amazing teachers and assistant teachers and a center manager, we have 2 full-time family service workers who are supported by a behavioral specialist, a disability specialist, a registered nurse, and an employment coach. I would like for the entire team to come forward, raise their hands, and let us see your smiling faces. They are led by our dynamic Director of Early Childhood Education, Tracy Broccolino. Thank you. Thank you. Together, these subject matter experts are passionate about our mission and will bring critical resources such as housing, energy, and food services to this amazing community. So, to our young families, this is for you. There's no more need for you to sacrifice your own dreams of furthering your education or becoming employed because you did not have access to quality care. There's no need to take any risks and leave your child in an unlicensed care because you had no other choice. We are here so you can have peace in mind and breathe a sigh of relief and bring your child to this facility where you know that he or she is going to get an excellent care by a group of people and an organization that is nationally accredited and holds the highest level of credentialing from Maryland State Department of Education. So, without further delay, please help me welcome the visionary leader behind the innovative revitalization of the Long Reach Village Center, our County Executive, Dr. Ball.
Thank you so very much, Bita, and good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us at the Long Reach Village Center for this momentous grand opening of the Bauder Education Center, providing Head Start early education programs. And I can't tell you how amazing it is to see all of your beautiful faces. Some of you I have not seen in over a year, and some of you I've only seen via Zoom, but it is just a momentous occasion. And I am so proud to be here to celebrate this critical initiative for our community. Giving our children the tools they need to succeed is vital for their well-being in life and a priority of our team. For our kids to be ready and successful students, we need to give them a strong foundation. And one of the earliest ways to set kids up for success is giving them access to quality education prior to kindergarten. Yet many of our families with lower incomes are struggling when it comes to access to early education for their children, our children. And while Howard County is known, as Bita said, for having one of the highest median incomes in our nation, approximately $120,000 per household, as she indicated, it also has one of the highest costs of living. 26% of Howard County's families with children under the age of 5 find quality early childhood education programs out of their reach. Additionally, about 5.3%, or nearly 17,000 of our residents live below the national poverty line here in Howard County. And one of our largest demographics struggling with poverty is female heads of households with children under the age of 5. And that's why our Head Start program, which provides free preschool to more than 360 children in Howard County, is critical for our young residents. Our Head Start program is spread across 4 early education centers, including this recently expanded space in the Long Reach Village Center, and I have toured it. It is fantastic looking. And today, we're so excited to officially open our Bauder Education Center, which will serve nearly 80 of our Head Start students. By moving to this location, we not only added 40 more children to the program, we've expanded opportunity for these students and their entire families. We're reducing challenging transit needs, as Bita indicated, and can provide families what they need to succeed in life, inside and outside of the classroom. For so many of our families who are already struggling, providing free pre-K is a huge weight lifted and sets a strong foundation for our children. This amazing center would not be possible without the power of our entire community. And I'd like to especially thank the Department of Public Works, who worked to expand and ready this space as well as beautify the rest of our village center. Our team, and raise your hands, raise your hands. So I met with them early on in this process weekly. Weekly we had presentations, and I was like, do more, do better, do it faster. And they just stretched, and they were so creative, and this was a true labor of love, and I'm just so proud of their work. I want to thank Senator Guzzone, Senator Lamb, as well as our entire county delegation. Please give them a big round of applause. Each time I went to the state and I said, can you chip in a couple more dollars? Senator Guzzone, Senator Lamb, and our entire delegation just said, we'll find more. And I want to thank our county council members. Councilmember Dr. Jones, we're in his district. I see Councilmember Deb Young and the entire county council. Please give them a big round of applause. Because each time I would send my budget down and ask for a little bit more money for Long Reach, they would approve it, and thank you. And then thank you so much to our community partners who have stepped up time and time again, and you see them, Reverend Dr. Robert Turner of St. John's Baptist Church, Frank Eastham, Palge Getty, and Chip Dosh, and the entire Dosh family and the family at Apple Ford. Each of these organizations sponsored one of our classrooms here at the Bauder Education Center, quite literally providing a learning environment and positive experience for so many children in need. And I would be remiss if I did not thank, and she is going to kill me after this, Jennifer Jones, who I would ask almost daily, where are we with this? Thank you, Jennifer. She doesn't like to be in the spotlight, but she is the one who every day just about, where are we with Long Reach? Can we do more? And so I appreciate Jennifer. And finally, an immense thank you, an expression of gratitude to our friends at the Community Action Council, including my dear friend for many years, even though she still looks very young, Beta Dayhoff. Thank you, Beta. And an amazing leader, advocate, a compassionate person who didn't have to do this, but has invested her time, her love, and her treasure. Dr. Lillian Bauder, who throughout this past year has stepped up to meet the needs of our neighbors despite all challenges. Please give Dr. Bauder a big round of applause. This new center is a true embodiment of your mission, and you all are transforming lives for the better with your work. We know how vital affordable childcare is to our families and, frankly, to the economic mobility of our residents. And our investment is an investment not only in children and families, but an investment in our community's health and economic vitality. Our investment here today is an investment in our future. Together, we must continue to create childcare options to ensure that our residents have the resources, support, and care needed to thrive in life. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ball. I can attest to the fact that every time you met with the team, which was on a weekly basis, they came to us and they said, you better hurry up because Dr. Ball said so. We built this center in the midst of a pandemic. So it was done with love and a significant level of commitment from our leaders. Thank you, sir. It is truly my honor to introduce our amazing friend and longtime generous supporter, Dr. Lillian Bauder, to come to the podium. Dr. Bauder, for whom the center is named, is a community leader, a Columbia resident, and a champion of civil rights and social justice causes.
Well, hello to each one of you. I am Lillian Bauder, and I feel privileged to be part of the dedication today of this early childhood center in Long Reach Village Center. I'm privileged to share this dedication with Dr. Ball. Dr. Ball knows that I admire his vision for the Long Reach Village Center and his support for this project. I'm privileged also to share this special dedication event with political leaders whose support was important, and with faith leaders and Appleford whose support was key. And most importantly, I'm privileged to reflect on CAC and its role in Howard County. As you know, CAC's mission is to ensure that every family in our county is self-sufficient, including those families whose self-sufficiency is challenged by unique events such as the Ellicott City flooding or this last year with COVID-19. You can hear me over the... I thought perhaps those are the end of the cicadas.
They're happy about eating the cicadas.
I was telling somebody on the way in that I was in the Midwest, so I've never experienced cicadas before. And so when I came here and I first heard them, I thought it was so romantic, so incredibly wonderful. And after a while, when they got louder and louder, I thought, go back to sleep. So fortunately then, for everybody here, CAC is led by Beta Dehov, whom Dr. Ball has already lauded. But it is true that Beta is charismatic, she's committed, and she's incredibly effective. She's built an extraordinary team of individuals who work tirelessly to realize their goals, and you can see that incredibly in this last year with the food bank and all the work they did given COVID-19. The CAC board is also led well by Orrin Saltzman and is comprised of fine directors who know the county and support it and give their very all for Howard County. A major program of CAC is our reasoning for Gather today, Head Start. Head Start's effectiveness has been proven over and over and over again and should be available to all children and their families in the United States. But CAC here can feel proud that this education center is a powerful resource that helps the young, their families, and the community in Howard County. So congratulations to all involved in this genuinely remarkable achievement. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Bauder, for your support and generosity. This center, much like the Howard County Food Bank, would not be here if not for the support of our state delegation. I would like to welcome Senator Guzzone, followed by Senator Lamb, to the podium, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a beautiful day, isn't it? As I was riding over here, I was reminded, thinking about this in my head, and I was thinking about a center we opened up, a freestanding center that we opened up in 2005, the Dasher Green Head Start Center. And I remember the challenges that were in that process. And I know how we worked through all those, and I know you worked through the challenges here. But I was thinking about the moment that I first went into that center, and I saw the chairs hit me. The little chairs hit me. I don't know why, that just said something to me. And so when I got here today, I kind of snuck in. I know I was supposed to wait for a tour, but I snuck in, and the kids are in the chairs today. And so this is important and emotional because these are lives, right? Every life deserves to live its fullest potential. And it's exciting. It's exciting to me to think of the kids who went through the Head Start at the Dasher Green Center and now are probably in high school or college. And CAC, this organization, I love this organization. I love what Beta has done and what folks have done for decades with this organization, because it touches so many lives, it works for that self-sufficiency, and it's creating a better world, right? It's as simple as that. Thank goodness for CAC. Thank goodness, thank you for Dr. Bauder for your very generous commitment. It's great to be part of a delegation, too, that is so committed to this. Eric Ebersol over there, Delegate Ebersol, Jessica Feldmark, who's the chair of the House delegation, Clarence Lim, who's the chair of the Senate delegation, is going to get up in a second, who, of course, is a board member also. This community, we see this as so important as leaders in this community because we know that it's important to you. And we know it's just important. It matters. It matters. And so it's an honor to be here. It's an honor to participate in this. And I'm just very grateful. I'm grateful for all of you, for CAC, for what they do every single day. Thank you so much.
We are opening a brand new Head Start Center called the Bauder Education Center in the Long Reach Village Center so that children in Long Reach can go to pre-K near where they live. And ladies and gentlemen, that is something to celebrate. Now, St. John Baptist Church and all of our community stakeholders here today continue to invest our time and resources to provide more opportunities for our Head Start children and parents. Because the Head Start program does not only educate the child, but it supports the entire family as well. In fact, several years ago, I heard a story about a single mother who was able to enroll her 2 sons in a Head Start program. And not only did the program help her 2 boys gain a good education, but it also supported this single mother by helping her to get her GED and find financial and professional and family stability. And so as staff, children, families, local government officials and members of our community tour this facility today, let this building be a living testament that V plus C plus D equals E squared, which means that vision plus collaboration plus determination can create a result that can exceed your expectation. And then lastly, let this occasion remind us to teach our children in Head Start and our families and our community to dream big. Because if you work hard and let your beliefs become bigger than your obstacles, your dreams will come true. And so thank you, and we hope that you are inspired by what you see, hear, and experience today. God bless you.
Well, it is wonderful to be here today, but it's always a little intimidating following Reverend Turner. On the behalf of our founding and senior pastor, Dr. David Anderson, and the elders of Bridgeway Community Church, I bring you greetings. The mission of Bridgeway Community Church is to build into one another as we build bridges to our community. It took our senior leadership minus 10 seconds to say yes to this opportunity to partner with BETA as well as the Community Action Council for this most impressive and important project. In 1 John, Paul guides us to serve and love others, not with words and our tongue, but with actions and in truth. And this center is a shining example of the priorities and actions of the Howard County community. And at Bridgeway Community Church, we just welcome this opportunity to be a part of this initiative and partner with Howard County. Now, I'm a graduate of one of the first Head Start programs in this nation. I was born in 1964, and I was a recipient of the very services that this center provides. My mother had no idea what Head Start was when Mr. Allo, who came from the high school, knocked on her door and asked my mother if she wanted to be a part of this new program. But she worked hard. A single mother with an 8th grade education spent most of her time washing people's clothes, cleaning people's homes, and she welcomed this opportunity because she wanted the best for her 3 children. Now that's exactly what this center provides, a place where children and their families can receive the support they need to ensure a lifetime of increased opportunities. So as a church and as a member of this community, we look forward to building into our children and their families for the years to come. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Palge Getty, and I serve as minister of the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Columbia, and just the next village over. We're one of the residents and owners of the Owen Brown Interfaith Center. And on behalf of UUCC, I'm very honored to be here. Unitarian Universalists are bound together by covenant, a covenant in which our congregations profess to live by principles that guide us in how we show up and participate in the world. These principles are not a statement of belief. Rather, they are commitments about how we will behave, how we will act. And in this covenant, we declare that we affirm and promote the inherent worth and dignity of every individual, justice and equity and compassion in all our human relations, the goal of a world community with peace, liberty, and justice for all, and respect for the interdependent web of all existence of which we all are a part. And it is because of this covenant, because we affirm and promote these principles, that UUCC has invested some of our resources in this education center that we are honored to celebrate today. Because we know that true worth and dignity and justice and equity are going to be realized only when our children's needs are met, when all are fully nourished in body, spirit, and mind. Because we affirm our interdependence, knowing that we all need one another, especially as we grow up human beings in our community. And because, as Gandhi and many other leaders have admonished, we know that the true measure of any society can be found in how it treats its most vulnerable members. And our children are always among the most vulnerable. And because we know that we as people of faith can talk a good line, but if we don't invest our time and our talent and our treasure in action, then our words are meaningless. So to Ms. Dayhoff and to Dr. Bauder, all of our elected officials, all the CAC board, and these Head Start leaders, thank you and congratulations on this great accomplishment. And thank you for leading the way that others of us might follow in bringing real transformation and value to our community. We're honored to join you.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Chip Doach, and I'm the president of Apple Ford. We're just down the road on Snow River Parkway, and I'm going to keep my remarks very brief today, which should excite most of you who are out there in the sun. So I'm really here representing 2 things, and the first of those would be a legacy of corporate citizenship that began with my father when he founded our business here 27 years ago. And we're privileged to be a part of a community that really understands what giving back really means and is really all about. And it's relatively easy to operate a business in a very successful county, but there are needs that go unmet regardless of the structure that's around all the people in the community. And so we wanted to be a part of meeting that. So I'm representing that, and I'm representing the 200 people that are working really hard right down the street that give us the ability to do that, our team. And they're very focused, driven people, and it's been a privilege to work with each of them as well. And I'm here in response to 2 things as well. The first of which is Beta made the call. And a couple things I know when Beta makes the call. Number 1, the need is real. And number 2, she's going to be working extremely hard to make sure the need gets met with her and her team, who do an exemplary job in every way here in the community they serve. So I'd like to congratulate her, Dr. Bauder, and all the elected officials that came out to celebrate today. And I appreciate the opportunity and the privilege to be involved. Thank you all.
Wow. I feel inspired. I'm sure you all do as well. It is an honor and privilege to live in this community that is filled with generosity and commitment and good people, good humans. This brings our program to an end. I do want to give a couple of acknowledgments before we leave. I do want to again acknowledge the team from DPW. Tay, Jung, and Sharon, you guys have been amazing. Thank you so much for the work that you did. Thank you so much. Our architectural firm, Quinn Evans, thank you for your support. Our general contractor, North Point Builders, thank you for your support. We would not have been able to build this site that you will find, I'm sure, beautiful once you see it, without their incredible commitment during a very difficult time. So that brings our program to an end. We are going to cut the ribbon in a minute, and then we'll have tours starting from this door moving forward. And we have our tour guides. Please raise your hand. Everybody should have gotten a card that is color-coded. That is Ashley at work. She'll color-code me if she could. And so take a look at your colors and then find the team member who will be leading your tour, please. Thank you so much for being here.